Imperfection for Ramadan. Kita tahu when it comes to Ramadan, you dah tak ada nak fikir dah pasal kewangan, financial literacy ni. Nonsense. Because sahur je dah pukul berapa, pergi kerja, siapkan anak, masuk office dah macam zombie sebab ngantuk, tak boleh makan. Balik dah penat dengan traffic jam, pergi bazar lagi, bazar RM20, RM30 baru seorang. Kalau family berlima, lagilah berapa banyak you spend. Lepas tu, malam pergi tarawih, balik tarawih, pukul 10-11 dah terbongkar. That's why kita nak bagi tahu you peringatan sekarang. Because if not, this is going to be every year punya problem. Last year, kita orang masuk TV, suka TV to speak about the same thing because it's a continuity. Why? Lepas COVID memang semua benda harga barang naik and dia tak akan turun. Kalau turun tu Alhamdulillah, dunia dah nak kiamat. Tapi what I see the trend is not just in Malaysia but globally, inflation, cost of living will continue to increase. We can't blame the government, we can't blame anybody else. What we can do is we take charge and we do what's within our control, and that is to determine how we want to lead our lives financially. Despite Ramadan ke Raya ke, tak kisah, all year round. Looking back, if I were to compare my Ramadan Raya as a child to a single mother versus now Ramadan Raya as a mother myself with my kids, I'm actually very grateful. Dulu waktu Ramadan and Raya especially memang lonely gila. Kadang tak beraya pun, rendang pun tak ada atas meja. But now I make it a point to have that with my family because it's okay if I went through those sadness, tak apa. Tapi sekarang kita dah tak nak dah, kita nak lawan. So, nak beli barang-barang ni tak mudah. Kita pun nak kena bagi duit to our loved ones kan yang memasak. Sebab tu penting. Kalau Ramadan ni dah tak sempat dah, tak apalah, redha je lah Nuk. Tapi tahun depan, you mark my word, habis Raya ni, tahun ni bulan Mei, you start hedging and saving now until next year. And you tell me the difference tahun depan bila you start saving RM100, RM50, tak kisah. Buatlah side hustle tu, continuously jual something, jual brownie sebab you mesti ada talent punya. You tahu tak talent you apa? And can you monetize your talent on the side? Just because Ramadan kali ni kita koyak, tak apa. Just make sure next year we do better insyaAllah. So before we conclude our first episode, we'd like to go through a list of questions which was asked by you through Instagram. So in my journey as a business owner, as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, memang I can't have work-life balance lah. Itu from the onset, I dah memang redha because a lot of people ask me work-life balance, work-life balance. I think today in HR or people or talent industry, they call it work-life integration. At certain point, your work akan ke depan, everything else yang tiga ni kat belakang. But it's one thing at a time yang akan ke depan, and the price of it is benda-benda yang lain, buckets yang lain ni akan kat belakang, and it's fine because we can't expect perfection in all of these buckets. The business, my business or your career is what fuels and finances your family. So nak tak nak memang kerja kena kat depan, tapi what's important is do not neglect all these other buckets just because career, you're very passionate about who you are and what you do. And as someone who survived bankruptcy with my husband, it's not easy, and those yang tengah go through hutang ataupun AKPK ataupun bankruptcy, it's a process. You takkan dalam bankruptcy yang paling teruk you takkan dalam bankruptcy forever. Yang paling penting waktu you dekat bawah ni, you cerdikkan membaca, kenal orang-orang yang berjaya, masuk kelas kewangan, kelas yang betul-betul lah, jangan nak terus masuk kelas saham nak buat duit. Salah kelas saham, tapi kalau foundation to go yang pointless, masuk kelas saham, habis semua cut loss, take profit, lepas tu cut loss besar lagi, if you know what I mean lah kan. Hutang is not something bad, tapi hutang becomes bad bila you tahu berhutang, tak tahu bayar balik. Sebab tu akan ada masalah-masalah yang akan datang. And the problem is not just going to be with you. The problem will then splash dekat orang, tempias dekat orang sekeliling. And bila jadi macam tu yang jadi punca perceraian, pergaduhan, tak bercakap, some murder, kita tak nak lah sampai macam tu. And the pressure to want things, especially women, women who are alpha, women who are very dominant, the pressure to want things to be perfect, I faham, I'm like that too, but sometimes it's good to make do and make peace with there are things in life, maybe our marriage, our family, our health, that has to be, orang kata, adjust. Nothing is perfect. The only thing or the only creation that is perfect is Allah SWT and His angels. So if you want to be a perfect, check in lah, are you an angel? Tak kan? So perfection doesn't exist, bak kata my psychologist, right? Embrace the imperfection. And especially for those yang who've gone through trauma like me, depression and stuff, tak salah and bukan kelemahan untuk you visit professionals like life coach, therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, counselor. As long as you take action, that's what's most important, because if you don't fix what's up here, dia akan tempias dekat tempat lain. Last orang lain pay the price, orang yang tak bersalah. Look at your setback as your way to come back, untuk bangkit balik dari masalah tu. And bila kita tengah jatuh, kita takkan nampak or find the strength to bangkit. Kita kena cari tangan yang nak tarik diri kita bangkit. So tangan tu siapa? Can be cikgu-cikgu, can be women and wealth workshop, can be, I don't know, mentor, your supervisor at work. Make sure these are the right hands, because when you extend and find help at the wrong hand, dah elok tengah jatuh ni, jatuh lagi. So be careful to who you talk to. Not everyone wants what's best for you. So whether Ramadan or not kan, when it comes to setting time kan, because for me time is money. You want to talk to me 1 hour? Okay, 1 hour dah, lepas tu habis. So in general, how I plan and map out my life is I try to be nimble and I try to have empty slots on certain days. Maksudnya tak nak ada apa-apa meeting ke plan ke, because I know akan ada benda last minute yang akan masuk dalam that calendar. Because when you try to be perfect with your timing, you penuhkan berderet macam you ni robot. Tu yang overwhelmed. Bila overwhelmed tu burn out. I've gone through that many years. Now what I do is I prioritize mana yang high impact and bagi high income, itu I kedepankan. Tapi kalau dia low impact, low income, benda tu in fact I potong je. For what? We're not robots, you know. So it's important to draw boundaries, not with other people, but with yourself. Because with ourselves ni lah senang kita sabotage. Tak apalah, I can do this, you know. We push and push and push, and then the price we pay is burn out. My me time includes going to the gym or just spacing out in the car, as in when I drive. Atau kadang-kadang malam tu I just like go somewhere, buy drinks and then just lepak. I also sleep, I try. Or sometimes I just baring atas sofa and tengok anyong. Semalam nak fikir, you know, hari-hari dah fikir pasal masalah. Weekend kadang just nak chill. Or lately I've been travelling. Alhamdulillah, after nak dekat 3 years buat business ni, finally the time sikit untuk travel. Alhamdulillah. So if you are a new budding entrepreneur, whether self-employed atau ada small team, memang kena korbankan sikit lah. Remember I said the blocks yang kena ke depan tu, kalau you baru set business, memang personal life you time healing sampai pagi tu tak ada. Business ke depan. But once you dah stable, team you dah strong, then you boleh undur sikit, kedepankan benda-benda yang lain and get back your time, insyaAllah. The thing is, bila challenge tu datang, you have no choice but to face it. And sometimes at the expense of your health, sometimes at the expense of your money, at the expense of your mental health. Sometimes you have to cut certain energy because the energy doesn't reciprocate with whatever you're trying to build. And sometimes people lash out back at you. That is the price that we pay as a business owner. And yang paling best, sometimes kita dah rasa macam everything is okay, tiba-tiba bam, some storm, tak sangka kena tikam. Tu normal lah tu. Kalau tak kena tikam tu bukan business. So kalau nak handle benda-benda dalam business ni, kalau you boleh buat, Alhamdulillah. Yang paling penting sekarang ni, jangan give up. Sebab some people kata, I ada lah friends yang macam okay, ada buat 3 bulan tak jadi, dah give up. Tak boleh. So I don't think, as someone from the corporate background, I used to work in the bank, in the airline. Yes, I miss the stability of working in a corporation. Tahu-tahu hujung bulan gaji masuk. But I find more meaning in what I do now. I am committed to come to work every day, high or low, rain or shine, untuk bagi manfaat. Because I know sekarang ni, my life, I berpegang, umur kita makin meningkat. Maksudnya kubur dah makin dekat. So let's say ni kita punya deadline mati which don't know when. Hari-hari kita bangun, kita dari tidur, go to work, kita punya journey makin lama makin meningkat, nak mati. Tiba-tiba Allah kata, boom, mati. Dan apa amal yang kita tengah bawa? Sebab cikgu I selalu pesan, jaga Allah, Allah jaga dunia kita. If you're facing challenges financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatsoever, reflect on your relationship with your creator. And once you heal that, once you enhance that, once you put him first, look at how he will transform your life. Kalau tak percaya, cuba try buat. And jangan pernah tinggal tahajud. For women with financial troubles, bukan sahaja bulan Ramadan and Raya, just financial troubles in general. Maybe orang pakai nama you, maybe someone you know bankrupt, maybe you dah lama duduk rumah, tak pernah bekerja, and you want to find yourself again. You don't want to be complacent. That's why Women and Wealth Workshop is a melting pot for women only to come together. All these alphas, because we've done cohort 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Women and Wealth Workshop daripada tahun 2023. It's an interesting mix, I would say, and I'm so grateful my team and I were given the opportunity to be trusted by these women and more women like you to come forward for cohort 6 onwards. Sebab apa? Ramadan, I bagi you Ramadan. Raya, I bagi you Raya. But something big is coming lepas Raya. For those who have been texting us, kan banyak sangat orang tanya bila next class. It's coming and it's going to be on the 25th of May, insyaAllah. Dalam business atau dalam kehidupan, kegagalan itu pasti. Failure is a definite yes. It's not so much about, I'm a failure, tak. but failures are meant to happen. That's how great people become greater, because they learn from their failures and setback, they improvise and they get back up again. I understand sometimes it's easier said than done, because I've been in a position where I stayed with my failure for a very long time until I decided enough of self-pity, enough of being victimized, time to fight. To find that strength, of course you have to look within, leverage on the greater power, Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, but at the same time jangan pernah neglect the importance of seeking help from professional dan berguru. Kadang kita rasa we know it all, tapi sebenarnya as human we're quite limited. Kita kena terus belajar. Ilmu is what's going to help us in the hereafter. One of it is ilmu. So teruskan menimba ilmu in whatever way, right? Because ilmu yang dimanfaatkan akan tolong kita in the hereafter. Know that you're not alone. That is why Women and Wealth Workshop is designed for women yang alpha tapi rasa malu nak buka aib. Tak apa, let me lead the way. I'm good at that. So come to our Women and Wealth Workshop. You akan belajar banyak sangat ilmu. You become the cycle breaker when it comes to being financially illiterate. You're going to move towards becoming financially literate. You are going to teach your spouse, your loved ones, your parents. You're going to make a difference in your children's life, and that thing will compound. Compound dan makan dividend. Just like dapat dividend every year from investment, sama juga dengan ilmu and financial literacy. But if you don't start now, because under the excuse, Ramadan lah nantilah, Raya lah nantilah, lepas tu Merdeka pula nantilah, lepas tu Christmas lah nantilah, lepas tu birthday lah, birthday Kak Ngah lah, birthday Abah lah, apalah. Bila? It's 2024. Life is not going to get any easier, and paling penting we're getting older. So when is the right time? Now is the right time. If not now, when? If not me, who? This March, to coincide with Ramadan and soon Raya, we're going to host Women and Wealth webinar. Sebab apa? I faham wanita-wanita cerdik macam you ni reserve apa barang masuk kelas kewangan kan. It's okay, we bring it to your doorstep. Just nak kena tekan button Zoom tu je, itu saja. And make sure masa tengah tengok Zoom tu bukan tengah memasak, shopping, healing. Tak, duduk sejam fokus, because maybe this is Allah's way to answer your doa. Ya Allah, help me with my problems. Maybe we are the answer. I'm not trying to boast, but we often get from our students, Aisyah, thank you so much to your team. It's been my prayer untuk cari solution to my financial problem, and Alhamdulillah, khalas, settle masalah dia. So our webinar is actually a paid webinar, but very cheap. Don't worry, I know you need to spend for Ramadan, but if you want it for free, I invite you to complete this survey and you will be rewarded with 1 hour free webinar with me, insyaAllah. Only limited to the first 100 women, and if you're qualified, you will get the message and the link untuk join our webinar. In the webinar, sekarang kita cakap pasal Ramadan. Webinar kita nak cakap pasal Raya and recovery after Raya. I faham, I'm a mother too, I'm a wife, I shop too, so how do we ensure that this loop that we're in, especially those with financial troubles, you'll be okay. InsyaAllah lah, we try to navigate sama-sama, okay? So while we're talking about Ramadan Raya, I just want to reiterate again that our second ever, and I would say this is the largest in comparison to the last one, we're hosting our Women in Wealth Masterclass this 25th of May, exclusively for women like you, by women like us, for women like you. InsyaAllah, it's going to be a one-day event. Harga tiket sangat tak masuk akal, but I really hope we'll see you there. In the meantime, do follow us on our social media platform so that you can keep yourself posted on when we will launch the masterclass ticket. Follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep yourself posted with our upcoming content. Those yang rasa, especially brands related to women empowerment initiatives, if you want to be the guest to our podcast and collaborate with us, email your proposal and contact my team at marketing@aisharahman.com. For those of you yang ada soalan-soalan yang you rasa malu nak tanya, either DM us directly, email us, or leave your comment in the section below. My team will pick up your question and we will address it in the next episode. That's all from me today. Assalamualaikum. I'll see you again.
Ramadan Zoom meeting worth 2,500 ringgit. Limited to 100 women only. Register here. Grab your spot now.